In the previous class, we have discussed about treatment of goodwill, and I have given you a table which shown how the goodwill will be treated, right? So now the treatment of goodwill is over. So now we need to understand. If I remember, I told you how many accounts you need to open while solving the problems. There are totally 4 ledger accounts in detail. I'm telling you, other 2 ledger accounts are enough in a standard solution. So 2 ledger accounts and 1 balance sheet you need to prepare. So today we are going to discuss about those ledger accounts and balance sheet. So once again, let me list out the name of the accounts which you need to open. Number 1 is revaluation account. Number 2 is partners capital account. And number 3 is balance sheet. Number 3 is balance sheet. Remember, you need to open totally 2 accounts. One is revaluation account and the other one is partners capital account. And you also need to open a statement called as balance sheet. And this balance sheet is referred as new balance sheet. Remember, this is new balance sheet, and there will be a balance sheet which will be already given in your problem, and that will be referred as old balance sheet. Okay, old balance sheet. So from old balance sheet and some information, you need to draw revaluation account, partners capital account, and balance sheet. Okay, so now as the word revaluation says, the revaluation account records the revaluation details. What is revaluation detail? Now you need to understand what is revaluation. An asset is valued once, and if it is valued again, then it is called as revaluation. For example, I have purchased a building worth rupees 30,000 2 years back, and if I value today, that may be around 35 lakhs. So what I have done now is the revaluation, because valuation was already done. So but now what I am doing, I am revaluing it. Okay, so what you need to understand is revaluation is all about revaluing the assets and liabilities. And when you revalue the assets and liabilities, there is a possibility of profit or loss. How? Let me tell you. For example, you have a machinery worth rupees 30,000 in your balance sheet, and when you revalued it as per the market rate, you came to know that its value is only 28,000. So in this process, what happened? There is a loss of 2,000 rupees, because when an asset's value is reduced, remember, when asset's value is reduced, it leads to loss. And when an asset value is increased, then it leads to profit. Whereas, assume that there is a building worth rupees 90,000 in the balance sheet. And when I value, its value is 1,20,000. Its value is how much? 1,20,000. So that means there is a profit of rupees 30,000. There is a profit of rupees 30,000. Right? So now, these are the possibilities. And what we need to remember is, what all possibilities are there, we need to check. First, when it comes to asset, asset value can increase and asset value can decrease. asset value can increase or asset value can decrease. Next comes is liabilities. Again, I write liabilities here, plus or minus. These are the only four possibilities which are available. That is asset value increase, asset value decrease, liability value increase and liability value decrease. What we need to remember is whenever an asset value is increased, whenever an asset value is increased, it leads to profit. It leads to profit because you just take an example. You have bought a mobile at 12,000 rupees and in the market the rate jumped to 16,000. The moment you hear that, you feel that, oh, what shall I do? Because 4,000 rupees has increased, right? And or assume that you have bought a plot at a rate of 20 lakhs and now the price is 25 lakhs. You will be very happy because there is a profit, right? Remember, the increase in the value of asset always lead to profit, whereas the decrease in the value of asset always lead to loss. Why? For example, you have bought a furniture worth rupees 10,000 and when you revalue it, it is just 4,000. You will be sad because there is a loss of 6,000 rupees. Okay, next is the liability case is ulta. For example, assume that there is a person named X and I have to give him 20,000 rupees. How much? 20,000. When I go to him, he says that it is not just 20,000. You are paying late. That's why you need to pay 10% extra. That is 22,000. Now instead of 20, how much I am paying?
22,000.
Instead of 20,000, how much I am paying?
22,000.
I am paying 22,000. Right? So when I am paying 22,000, there is an excess outflow of 2,000 rupees. So that is going to be a loss for me. Right? So what we should remember always is when a liability increases, it leads to loss. But whereas if the same person says, for example, assume that I paid early. So when I went to pay him 20,000 rupees, he says that as you have paid early, I'm giving you 10% discount, you pay only 18,000. You will be happy or sad?
Happy.
You will be happy or sad?
Happy.
Happy. 2,000 rupees discount sikirla, right? So when the liability decreases, it leads to profit. So what you need to remember is increase in asset and decrease in liability will always lead to profit, whereas decrease in asset and increase in liability always lead to loss. Clear with this? Right? And apart from these two, there is a concept of unrecorded asset. Remember, unrecorded asset and unrecorded liability. Unrecorded asset and unrecorded liability. Now question arises, sir, what is unrecorded asset and what is unrecorded liability? Now, for example, I will tell you. Now, we are shortly we will enter into rainy season, right? And you start getting like जो भी आपके raincoat वो सब है आप फिर से निकालेंगे उसको. And the moment you wear that raincoat, you find a 500 rupees note in it. Do you feel happy or sad?
Happy, sir.
Happy, sir.
वो 500 rupees कौन रखा होता है बताइए? आप ही रखे रहते हो. आपका
Yes,
पैसा
sir.
आपको मिला तो क्यों खुश होगा आपको? आपका ही पैसा है ना. आप देखिए आपके जेब में आपने जितने भी पैसे रखे उसको निकालने के बाद आपको खुशी थोड़ी होती है. आपको मालूम है कि वो पैसा आपका ही है बोल के. पर फिर भी ये जो रेनकोट में आपने ही पैसे रखे थे, थोड़े दिन बाद आपको ही मिले तो आपको खुशी क्यों होती है? हाँ, because it was not in your record. You need to understand it. It was not in your record. So unrecorded assets always lead to profit, because you are happy with it. Unrecorded assets always lead to profit. You are able to understand, students?
Yes, sir.
Unrecorded asset always lead to profit, whereas unrecorded liability always lead to loss. इसके लिए मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. Right? Assume that in a get together, family get together, you met a person, right? And happily you are talking to him, and suddenly he shoots a bullet at you, says that last time when you met, you took 500 rupees from me. Can you return that? It will be like a thunderstorm for you, because you were not remembering that you received 500 rupees from him. And suddenly when he approached you, then certainly you feel bad, because it was not in your record that you need to pay that amount, and now suddenly that results in a cash outflow. So that's why unrecorded liabilities are referred as losses. Okay, so revaluation account consists of these 6 transactions. One is increase in asset, decrease in asset, increase in liability, decrease in liability, unrecorded asset, unrecorded liability. Clear? Hope you are able to understand.
Yes, sir.
Right? How many types of transaction it has? It has 6 types of transaction. Right? Increase in asset, decrease in asset, increase in liability, decrease in liability, unrecorded asset, unrecorded liability. Okay. Now, if you understand this very well, like when there is profit and when there is loss, then putting revaluation account is very, very easy for you. Okay. So first, heading you write format of revaluation account. Put a heading, format of revaluation account. Format of revaluation account. Particulars, rupees, particulars, rupees. Particulars, rupees, particulars, rupees. Now, let's start. This account is a nominal account. What type of account it is? It is a nominal account. Right? So in the nominal account means, what you need to remember, whenever I say that it is nominal account, there is a rule for nominal account. That is, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and. Okay. So now, debit all expenses and losses. Now here I remove few items and only I keep in 2 things in mind: debit loss, credit profit. Debit loss, credit profit. Can you understand what I'm saying? Debit loss and credit profit, as it is a nominal account. सब लोग एक बार कहिए, एक बार सब लोग. Debit
Loss, credit, all credit profit.
Debit loss and credit profit. Okay, debit loss, credit profit.
Profit.
Okay, now first I come to the loss side, and first I write to asset account. to asset account. Okay, in bracket I write decrease in value. Decrease in value. You can see it is the loss side when asset comes on the loss side, when it is decrease. Next is 2. Liabilities account. Okay, it is. Just check when liability leads to loss, increase or decrease? When it is increase. So I write increase in value. Increase in value. And one more time I write to liabilities account. You tell me if this is for what purpose?
Unrecorded liability.
Unrecorded.
Very good. It is for unrecorded liabilities. Hope you are able to understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, so these 3 items appear on the debit side. Now, next on the credit side. By liabilities account. In brackets, decrease in value. Decrease in value. And next is by asset account. By asset account. Increase in value. You can see when asset leads to profit, when there is the increase. Then last is again by asset account.
Unrecorded assets.
Unrecorded asset. Unrecorded asset. Then take the totals. Take the totals. Remember, here you just try to recall on which side we recorded profit. On which side? Yes, this is debit side and this is credit side. And we recorded profits on the credit side. Okay. And if the credit side is greater, remember, if the credit side is greater, then it results in overall profit. And if the debit side is greater, it results in overall loss. You are able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
If the credit side is greater, it results in overall profit. And if the debit side is greater, it results in overall loss. But what we need to remember here is whichever side may be greater or shorter, but the balance, whatever remains, that should be transferred to old partners capital account. You need to understand to whom we need to transfer.
Old
ओल्ड पार्टनर. सब लोग साथ में बोलिए कहाँ ट्रांसफर करना है. ओल्ड पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट. Very good. Okay, so now here I write to old partners capital account. Old partners capital account. Okay. So first you need to write partner A, partner B. Partner A, partner B, and this is when there is profit. When you write it on the debit side, it means it is profit. Because when you write the difference on the debit side, it means the credit side is greater than debit side. So credit side greater tab hota hai jab there is a profit. Okay, I request you to note down this. And if there is loss, same thing should be written on credit side. Finished or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Now, you note down another heading, that is format of, note down, next heading, format of old partners capital account. Format of old partners capital account. Generally, there will be two old partners, right? So let me write first heading, that is old partners capital account. Assume that there are two partners, A and B, and here also I put A and B. Particulars. If there are three old partners, you can put one more column, that will be 3 columns account. So particulars. Okay, let's start. Now, first, always remember, whenever you are preparing partner's capital account, always the first item will be by balance brought down. By balance brought down. By balance brought down. And this is called as opening balance. Opening balance, and I have written here as BL anta ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. That means it will be available on the liability side of the balance sheet. The capital letters means where it will be available. Okay, next. By reserves. By reserves and surplus. Or you can simply write it as reserves also. Any reserve which comes, that should be part of reserves. Sometimes they may give it as reserve fund. Sometimes they may give as general reserve. Right? Only reserves only. Reserves. Remember, it should be distributed in profit sharing ratio. Old profit sharing ratio. It should be distributed in old profit sharing ratio. And this item will also be available on the liability side of the balance sheet. Now, next. Number 3. Number 3. By profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. Again, in bracket, old profit sharing ratio, and this item will also be available on liability side of the balance sheet. Agadre, next. By revaluation account, in bracket, we need to write profit. When it is appearing on the credit side, it means it is profit. Okay. Next is by goodwill account. By goodwill account. And one thing what you need to remember is, if the goodwill is brought in cash, then sacrifice ratio. If the goodwill is brought in cash, sacrifice ratio. If it is raised, then old ratio. Okay. Next is by cash account, by cash or bank, deficit. Okay. Cash or bank account, deficit capital brought in. Deficit capital brought in. This is on the credit side. Now, coming to the debit side. First, it should be to profit and loss account. To profit and loss account. Old profit sharing ratio. And this will be available on the balance sheet asset side. Remember, the profit will be available on the liability side, but the loss will be available on the asset side. Next is to revaluation account, in brackets loss. Next, to goodwill account. To goodwill account. This is possible when the goodwill is written off. When the goodwill is written off. Written off means it is made as 0. Next, to cash or bank account. Cash or bank account, it is capital or goodwill. Capital or goodwill withdrawn. Capital or goodwill withdrawn. So this is the content on the debit side. Finished? And last one is, there is one more. We need to take the total and we need to write the highest total on both the sides. Usually the credit total will be greater than debit total. So on the debit side, the difference should be written as to balance carried down. To balance carried down, and it will appear in, I write here, taken to balance sheet. These balance carried down will be taken to balance sheet. And this is debit side and this is credit side. Hope you have understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
And before tomorrow's class, you should remember this format so that you can solve problems very easily. And tomorrow we are going to start with 12 marks problems. So 12 marks problems are very important from exam point of view. So I request you not to miss tomorrow's class and be ready at 10 o'clock with with your notebook and pen. And I request you to draw the formats before only. Can you keep ready your formats?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I will tell you how to draw it. Try to understand. First, revaluation account we have drawn, if you remember.
Yes, sir.
Draw it for half page. आपके पेज का हाफ पेज जो है, let it be revaluation account, and half से थोड़ा एक 2-3 लाइन आगे रहे तो भी no problem, right? So, but let it not be less than half. At least it should be half or 2 to 3 lines more than that. And in the remaining space, you draw old partners capital account. Okay? Don't write the content. Just pencil से draw करके रखो. ये लिखना नहीं है, सिर्फ आपको draw करना है. Okay, now, if this is over, then come to the next heading. You write it as new partner, format of new partners capital account. That's a very small one. Format of new partners capital account.